Let me tell you what makes me such an amazing business coach. Hi, my name is Coach Magic. If you don't know me yet, please visit www.coachingwithmagic.com. So, I'm a coach and I coach leaders to become experts in their field and to grow, especially C-suite level, or someone aspiring to grow in whatever level they're in, all the way up to C-suite. Now, from a business perspective, I also coach business owners how to scale, how to grow, what it will take for them to move the dial from where they are to their next level. And please, it's not just about being funding ready. If anything, most times when we get into the cracks of the business, we realize that there is actually cash to unlock within the business itself, that you don't even need external funding to be able to grow. But you need to first answer, what is my next growth strategy? Where am I? For you to understand where you are, your financial information is very important. And that is why if ever you are to join any development program, whether it's an ESD program or a fund readiness program, they always start with financial statements. And I know that most owners don't like finances, either because they say, I don't understand finances, I didn't study it, there's a reason I didn't study it, so I don't want to know it. And then you leave everything to your bookkeeper. And you leave everything to your accountant. You don't know if they are submitting things on time to SARS. You don't even know when are the relevant times for submissions, and therefore you don't ask the right questions. And when you don't ask the right questions, you probably don't get the right answers, and you use financial information just for compliance. So if someone asks you for financial statements, you will just forward. You have no understanding of your own financial numbers. You have no understanding of what it actually costs for you to deliver on the services you deliver or the products. You don't do any analysis to say, wait, pause, the business is running, what is actually selling, what is the feedback, how should I navigate this season, what are the seasonality of my products or my services, what are my cash flows, do I have to pay suppliers earlier than when I get paid by my clients, how do I manage that cash flow, what do I need to do more of, do I need to diversify? Those are conversations that only your financial statements will be able to answer. Because yes, financial information is historic, but the good thing about it is it can help you to have foresight. When we talk about things like budgeting, forecasting, it comes first from the historical information that becomes your base, and then you link it to your strategy of what you plan to implement and the clients in your pipeline that then informs what your budget and your forecast should look like. So if you are a CEO and a founder, trust you me, you are the CFO of your business. If you keep everything and leave everything for the bookkeeper, you will see yourself working and sweating, but seeing no growth, not seeing profits. There are businesses that have turnover of millions, but when it comes to bottom line, they're not profitable, and yet they want to be fund ready. Make it make sense. Yes, you want someone to buy into your idea. And yes, I know that sometimes we put lines in the numbers to avoid, in the right legal manner, SARS payments. However, you must think about what is the long-term goal for your business. Some of you actually need to show profits if you actually want to get what you are saying you want to get. And getting to profitability is proof that you are actually scalable in a sustainable, profitable way for your business. And you're not waiting for someone else to give you skin in the game, whereas you are not making any profits. And if you're paying yourself exorbitant amounts as director fees or loans or whatever you call it, that can also hinder whether someone wants to invest in you or not. Because you must always ask yourself, if someone else was running this business and it wasn't me, would I pay this person this amount? Is this the market related price for the skill? And that also speaks to your ethics, because some people are good at paying themselves great director fees, but you pay your employees below par. And when this information is looked at, especially from transformation related programs, that can work against you. It can work against you if you're in a development program and they want a transformation plan, but you think transformation plan means just add black people, young people, and not pay them. That's not what it means. Ethical running of your business is holistic. It's not just one element. You cannot succeed in business and not care about your numbers. I don't care what you produce and what services you have. You will have major turnover and people will probably clap. You will get awards, but you will not succeed. Love your numbers as much as you like being called founder and CEO. Add the CFO, because you must know your numbers. And that is what makes me a brilliant business coach, because I've seen both sides. I've been an investor. I've decided whether we are acquiring a business or not. I have sat and done valuations and reviewed valuations on end to decide serious business. I'm not talking about people who are just trying to serious businesses. So I know what it takes. I know what is involved. I know what it takes to succeed. And yes, I'm a numbers person, but I'm not a typical numbers person. I'm actually more of a business person. My mind is operational. It's forward looking. How do we scale? What is your pipeline? What does that look like? But what makes me brilliant is that I actually love numbers. And numbers tell me a great deal about your business without me even meeting you. Just from skimming through your numbers, I can tell whether your business needs what it needs to scale, and what you need to cut and stop doing, what you need to start doing more, what you need to bring in. And sometimes it's not always money. It's not always funding. People think scaling, I need an investor, I need to sell. Sometimes it is unlocking within what you've already built to bring in money to reinvest. Because some actually think funding is what will scale them, whereas it ends up being the limiting thing. Because the minute you have an investor, you're not just a CEO and a CFO alone. You have another business. Being a CEO and the CFO of your business, you need to report to someone financially. You need to report to someone to say, what is the plan? What is the strategic vision? So you're no longer the only CEO. You are actually co-partnering with whoever chooses to invest in you. And that is a great deal. It matters who invests in you, because if you're not aligned, it can actually change the trajectory of your business. So please, I will tell this to anyone willing to listen. If you want to scale your business and it is at a point where bookkeeper and accountant are no longer sufficient, get a fractional CFO. Yes, they are cheaper, but they still have the strategic vision and ability to inform you and help you make informed decisions as if you have a CFO full-time. I cannot stress that enough. Bookkeeper knowledge, not decision-making knowledge. Accountant knowledge, especially SMMEs who don't want to pay. You're not going to pay someone with what you are paying them to produce management accounts, financial statements, and help you with decision-making at that rate. So what you will do is you will be happy I'm getting statements, but you will not make the right decisions. And afterwards, the ripple effect is that you actually end up losing more. You lose more because you're not making the right decisions at a timely manner. It's not about just the right decision. It's also time. Time matters. There's a time. Don't want to go biblical and preachery, but there is a time for everything. And scaling the right way at the right time is what leads to success. Again, if you need to book a consultation, I do business consulting services at 2.5 for an hour. And in there, we are able to tackle everything, what you need, how to move from where you are. But just going and knocking and saying you need funding, can you explain what you need funding for? Do you have the costs already assessed of what that funding will require? Will it actually make you profitable or not profitable? What about cash flow? What about going concern? What about pipeline? What about strategy? Okay. www.coachingwithmagic.com or email me at Khuthim@coachingwithmagic.com and book your consultation. Your business is your business. If anything, even at SARS, if you don't comply, they will not call your bookkeeper. They will call you the director. You have all the fiduciary duties and responsibilities of running your business the right way. Compliance is very important. Ethics is very important. But strategic vision and understanding of your business linked to your finances is what makes you a success, and move from small business to medium business to large business. Not all businesses will remain small, but if you're thinking small and wanting to pay small, unfortunately, no matter who funds you, you will remain small. It's a mindset and it's the vision. And if you don't have the vision, pay people to have the vision for you. Pay. Chalete. You can't avoid it. You also want to be paid for your services and your products. Why don't you pay people for their expertise? And I like the fact that people like quoting how dropouts are billionaires, but it took educated people to make them billionaires. They had the idea and they hired qualified experts to build it and continue to build it, innovate it till today. If you go look at the big businesses that are owned by people whom you claim were dropouts but are billionaires, look at who are the high paid and look at their skills and their qualifications. They were not dropouts. It doesn't take dropouts to build. The visionary may be a dropout, but they pay experts who are qualified to build. And if you're not qualified to build, even though you have a great vision for your business, appoint someone to do it. It doesn't make you less of a founder and CEO. Some of you even need to stop being CEO and just go to founder and name it as your business that you started and go do other things. Go back to your jobs. Go start another business, because you are no longer the one needed to scale. And those are hard conversations that sometimes when you are the one in it, working in it and working for it, you have no ability to see and to reflect that actually you need someone to run this thing, because you are 10 steps ahead and where the business is, it's not there. So you need the brains, the expertise that will come build your vision to reality. There's an architecture who draws the plan, and then there's a builder and a project manager who builds. It is still both of them that are needed. And you can be the one who requested both the plan and the builder, and it will still be called yours. Okay? Don't force to be a drawer when you can't draw. Don't force to be a builder when you're just an ideas man or an ideas woman. It matters how you build. It matters how you scale. It matters how you grow. It matters the timing. And it matters that you get some magic in the process. And that is where I come in. I've built businesses, guys. Businesses. Go Google me, Khuthim. Sometimes I don't like talking about myself, but I'm seeing that the more it is needed, especially if you don't want to pay. There's no free chat. There's no free lunch. You want your business to grow? Pay. That saying that it takes money to make money also applies for founders and CEOs. It also applies for career people. When you want to grow and be promoted, you must invest in yourself. If you don't see the need to invest in yourself, no one will, unfortunately. So imagine paying just 2.5 and making your business grow to millions more and profits. It's not comparable. Imagine in your career, you have been stuck. Whenever there are new roles, they hire other people externally and not you. And you don't want to pay just under 1,000 rand for a consultation for you to have interview skills or to plan your career plan and figure out what are the next things you need to do to move yourself from point 0 to point 10. This life is not about fairness. It's not about what's fair. We know, we can all agree it ain't fair, but you can make it fair and plain by willing to invest in yourself. speaking to people who have walked the walk, and have them coach you to get similar results, if not better. www.coachingwithmagic.com and book your consultation, and let's grow, let's scale in our businesses and our careers. Thank you.